Question. What do you think when you hear the word autism?
Well, stereotypically speaking, a person who can't manage themselves due to a mental disability.
Objection! Yes, it may be true that some people out there fulfill the stereotypical perspectives that this world sees, but I beg to differ. So let me introduce you to my side of the spectrum.
Wait, what do you mean spectrum?
As it turns out, autism is a subjective brain condition in which it means different things for different people. In my case, I was given super sensitive ears that trigger stressful feelings when encountering loud or sentimental noises. Loud noises because they're overwhelming, and sentimental noises because they're annoying. Which is why in those situations, I wear a pair of headphones to help regain myself. The calming effect only gets better when I turn on lo-fi music, which is my favorite genre. I was also given some pretty cool observation skills. If I'm in a situation where multiple things are in one place, I feel like I can see it all. I often try to remember as many aesthetic details as possible, so that when there's a slight alteration to the scene, I can recognize it in a snap. Speaking of aesthetic details, I am a sucker for peaceful liminal spaces, let alone nature. Just being able to walk around in nature, talking about whatever comes to my mind for as long as I please, occasionally followed by the awkward silence whenever someone crosses my path. Nature has really been the perfect place to think explicitly and talk to myself without getting weird looks. I've also had the knack of being a bit of a perfectionist. If anything, even the slightest error seems to be off. I almost can't seem to fight the urge to fix that one mistake.
But isn't consistency more important than perfection?
I think not. I'm a sort of guy who likes to take their time on some things. But no, everyone else is always trying to make me do things quicker rather than saving time for details.
I happen to exist in a society where I can't take my time anymore, because time takes me into a state of panic!
Are anxiety attacks also on your list of personal autistic traits?
Correct! Activities that put the body and mind under constant, uncontrollable stress is anything but my cup of tea. Take a high-contact sport like American football, for example. The intensity of running away from a tackler with the ball in hand, the overwhelming volume of the crowds cheering, and the mere chore of sitting through a game. These factors, among other things, make those types of activities things I despise with passion. There are also some other mental quirks that I have when it comes to socializing. For example, when someone asks me a question, I often find myself taking my time to carefully process and think the question over. But alas, there's always a time limit to how long I can ponder. And then they decide to ask more questions and I start to sweat bullets because I didn't decide yet, and then... Nice going. You made me crash.
Wait, so wasn't I kinda right about the not being able to manage themselves part?
Well, yes, but actually no. I am independent enough to know when to use tools such as taking a break, using a fidget, breathing, etc. Speaking of independence, I prefer the style of living alone rather than with other people. Speaking of living alone, it's unwind time.
Finally, some time to relax under warm blankets.